everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. This is what I'm going to be making today, and if you stay with me, I'll show you how I made it. These are the things that I'm going to be using today. This is my card base. It's a piece of white card and it's 4 inches by 11.5, and I've scored and folded it at 5 3/4. And I'm going to cover the entire front of it with a piece of Peekaboo Peach. So this is 4 inches by 5 3/4. And then I've got some bits of scrap card for punching and die cutting balloons out of, and I may or may not use all of these. I haven't quite decided yet. I'm going to punch out a few and see what I like. So I've got some Pacific Point, some Daffodil Delight, some Peekaboo Peach, some Bermuda Bay, and that I think is Calypso Coral. I have a little piece of the Cupcakes and Carousels DSP, and I've cut that to about 3 3/4 by 5.5. I'm going to be using the Balloon Adventures stamps, and I'm going to use basic black and Calypso Coral ink. Probably, may change my mind about that. I've got the Balloon Bouquet Punch and the pop-up balloons, I think it's called. Hang on, let me just check. Balloon pop-up thinlets dies. Now these are in the spring summer catalogue, but they're not going to be carrying over to the annual catalogue. So if you like this set and you haven't got it yet, you need to act quick. I've got the bit of Peekaboo Peach set up on the cutting plate, and I'm going to take it over to the Big Shot in a moment. So I've got my magnetic platform and then my cutting plate, and then I've got my card and my die on top of it, and I'm just centering it as best I can. Now I've got bit more card left at the bottom of this panel than I have at the top, because it just looks better that way. And while I'm over there, I'm also going to take these two dies and some of my my little scrap pieces, and I'm going to cut out some balloons as well. So I'm going to go away and do that, and I will be back with you in just a moment. I'm back from the Big Shot, and I've die cut out the front panel of the card, and I've also cut out some of the balloon shapes. Now I want to back these balloons with a different colour, otherwise they would all have, if I put them like this, they would all have Peekaboo Peach showing through, which is nice. That's okay, that's fine. But I want a bit of, I think I want a bit of variety in my balloons. So luckily I have the Balloon Bouquet Punch, and the larger balloon is exactly the right size to fit behind these. So I'm going to cut out, I'm going to punch out some different colours, and I'm just going to try them. Come on, my chicken. So I didn't punch terribly well. Let's do another one. That's better. It's more like it. Didn't give it enough welling. I'm not going to put it on that one, I don't think, and I don't think I'll put it, actually that one might work, and that one might work, but I think I like that one very, very well, so that's a possibility. What else have I got here? I've got some, what other colours have I got? Let's try the Pacific Point against the, I think this is Tangerine Tango actually, and those look pretty good, so I'm liking those two. So what have I got left? There was a little bit of an accident with the tripod back there, so sorry for the rather abrupt cut, but these are the colour combinations that I've decided to work with in the end. And I know I've only got 3 balloons to fill in, but I'm gonna do all 4 of these, and then I'm going to decide how I like them working together. So I've got the my liquid adhesive on the back of my hand, my usual method, and I'm just layering these up. So just tapping the die cut into the adhesive, and we have got a new product coming in the new catalogue, which is starting in June. That will mean that I don't have to do this anymore. Can't wait. I absolutely cannot wait. It's been a long time coming, but it's nearly here, so I am very, very pleased about that, and I know quite a few of you probably will be as well, for those of you who don't like watching me spreading adhesive all over the back of my hand, just like that. And just to clean it off, just got a spritz of Stampin' Mist, which is very useful stuff, and I've got my Inky Binky here. While I was over at the Big Shot, I also did some partial die cutting because I'm going to layer these up, and I wanted to stamp my message on this part of the Daffodil Delight, and I was going to use basic black and Calypso Coral to do that. But when I tried doing it, well, A, first of all, I didn't make a very good job of it, and B, I thought the Calypso Coral was just too dark, too red, so I've had a rethink. And I'm going to use my stamp press, my new one, which I got for my birthday, and I've lined the stamp up ready, and I'm going to use I'm not going to use Calypso Coral actually. I'll take that out of there to stamp it. I'm going to use Peach Peach, so I'm going to go much lighter. So this is one of the things that I like about this kind of stamp press. And I do have the Misty. You may have seen me use that before. It's a very good product. Not Stampin' Up product. None of these are Stampin' Up products. But the reason why I went for this one was A, you can do what I just did, and B, it's a lot bigger, so I can get more in there. So I'm just going to press down. And I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. And that's a pretty good, registration there. And if I'd taken more time lining it up in the first place, it would have been even better. Okay, so not finished yet. I'm going to take that off, give it a wipe, give it a proper clean in a minute. Put it away just for a moment, and I've also got this sentiment here which says Party On, so I'm going to centre that again in my banner there. Now of course you could do this just by looking through the clear block, of course you could, but if I do that on camera, you get to see the top of my head, and I haven't done my roots lately, so that's not going to happen. Now originally that was going to be basic black, but I decided that that also was too harsh, so let me bring this in so you can see it, and I decided that I would go with Bermuda Bay, which I think should look nice on the Daffodil Delight. I mean, it's already a fairly greeny colour, so line that up. Press that down and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. Let's start assembling the card, and I have gone ahead and I've stamped "Here's to another year full of adventures" onto the inside of my card with the basic black, and again I did that with the stamp press ahead of time off camera, and I'm going to begin with a little bit of snail, and this is about to run out, so you may get shown how to change a snail refill. No, not quite, just lasted. And I want to make sure that my bunting is pointing in the right direction. So that's going to go onto the front of the card, just like that. And then my balloons are going to go over the top of it. That's going to be the background for it, which I think is rather pretty. Okay, so let's start doing some work on the balloons and on the balloon layers now. I've done these pieces, and yeah, it's going to be the back of the hand again, folks. Sorry about this. Okay, and trim away some of this excess here. I'm just going to keep some little bits there just to keep it, you know, just so that it it holds its shape, it holds its construction, but I don't want these little knobbly bits on the end of the balloons here. Okay, I'm just going to trim those away. And the glue is drying on the back of my hand, but it's all good, don't worry about that. Okay. So let's line up the balloon strings. Right, I'm not sure why that one is, that one's got bent, that's why, but that's alright because I don't actually need that bit, so I shall just chop that away. Okay, don't need it, don't want it, not going to have it. That will do, just like that. Now I also cut one of the little ribbon bows, so that's going to fit on top there. Okay, that's starting to look quite nice now. Now I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals into the middle of this piece, here and here, but the ends I'm going to glue down so it kind of curves, and I have trimmed this down. I did decide in the end to fussy cut it. So it was still worth doing on the die cut piece because it has still got those embossed pieces here and there. Okay, so down at the ends there. Across at the top, just like that. Go on, that's now looking nice and bright and party-ish, and now I just need to decide which of the balloons I'm going to put on there. Okay, so is it going to be that one, that one, that one? I don't want two stripes together. I think I like that. So now again, I could just apply adhesive straight to the back of these, but you know what, as I've already got it on the back of my hand, let's go for it. And I'm going to put the two stripy ones off to the side. And this is possibly the last of this adhesive here. Okay, so put those two off like that, and then that one will go on top of them, just like that. But this one I will just put the adhesive straight onto the back of it. And there we go. Now I bring in my card base and I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm going to be quite generous with the dimensionals. Why the heck not? You know? Why ever not, isn't it? Because they aren't expensive at all, but that little lift of dimension in your card just makes all the difference, or at least I think it does anyway. Okay. Flick the backs off. Don't know if you can hear noises off, but every Easter there is a travelling fair that comes and sets up shop just across the road from where I live. So you might be able to hear in the background some of the noises from the fairground. And there we go, job done. So there it is, all finished, and I'm very glad that I got to play with this die before it retired and went away for good. And if you've got your eye on this particular die, then if I were you, I wouldn't hang around. I would make sure that I got mine before they all sold out and went away forever, because at the moment anything that's on the retiring list is while stocks last, and once they're gone, they're gone. But that is it for today. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope that I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.